I had a dream, a brutal, sad, and a depressing dream. Now that I think of it, it wasn't really a dream, it was rather a nightmare. Recently, after the Palestine conflict, looking at the pictures of those innocent civilians who died, the ones injured, and the ones who are on this verge of getting bombed to oblivion but still not giving up, I would feel sympathy towards them and would genuinely tear up when I see the images and the videos of them. But this dream made me feel what I would feel if I were them. It was too real, too depressing, and too personal. My town was attacked. I could see the bombs. I could hear the firing and explosions. I was in my house, looking at the sky. I saw and heard all of that. My mother was there with me. I was still in my comfort zone because they were not near, didn't pose a danger to me personally. Until a bomb fell on my neighbor's house. That was when the clock started ticking. My adrenaline went up. All my life was flashing through my eyes. I could see my mother worried, but she told me to accept my fate and that there is no running away. We have to return to God in the end. I was assuring my mother that it was fine. It was going to be alright, but inside, the anxiety was creeping in. I could not understand if I die, would my consciousness just vanish, or would I return to God? Returning to God was the only hope I had. I can't explain what I felt at that moment. It was creeping in on me. I could see my death in front of me. I could see there's no point in running. My fate is in front of me. A few minutes from now, I will be blown into pieces under the rubble. This weird thought came to me at that moment that how we are literally negotiating with life and death, making ourselves believe that this life is nothing and accepting our fate before getting bombed. We were literally telling each other how it would just be a little bit of pain and it would go away afterwards. I just could not believe something that we took seriously our whole life was reduced to a false dichotomy where one has to die. We were just convincing ourselves how it wasn't a big deal. I don't remember much after this. After waking up, this dream was stuck in my head. The worst part is that I knew that very same thing was happening in Palestine right now. There's probably people going through the same adrenaline rush, seeing death in front of their eyes, convincing themselves that they would just feel a little bit of pain and it will be over. There will be peace. This dream reminded me of my previous video named Failure, where I explain how one cannot comprehend the reality of anything unless they experience it themselves. I had to experience the anxiety they have and that depressive nightmare to understand and comprehend the reality of their suffering. If it were not for that, I would feel sympathy for them, but I could not really put myself in their shoes. The only thing we can do is hope that it will all be alright, that at the end of the day, there will be peace. No children will die and no woman would be widowed. We can pray that this nightmare ends and they would feel happy once again.